It's currently 4:15 a.m. Monday morning. It's a session day. So first things first, I need to get some caffeine in. Before I leave, I'm gonna have one of these Morton Solid 160s. Now this is new. I accidentally bought this. I thought I was buying the gel 160s. And when these arrived, I discovered why it was so cheap. It's the Solid 160. So I've never had this before. This isn't usually part of my routine, but you never know, I might love it. So that's the pre-workout nutrition down. Just packing the bag, getting ready to go down to the track, and got my recovery drink ready. So this will go in the fridge in the back of my ute. So that's really nice to have a cold drink afterwards. I've got just a sports drink. So this has just got some carbs, electrolytes, that kind of thing. I've got my 2 gels. Let's do it. Well, as I said, I'm at the track today for a threshold workout. The time now is 4:53 a.m. and yeah, I need to get into it. It never ceases to amaze me, no matter, so I got up at, I think 4:06 this morning, and I'll still be rushed going for work. I know that, so I've got to get into it. It seems that no matter how early I get up, I'm always in a rush to get out the house. Before we begin, some stretches. So I only do dynamic stretches and mobilizations before a workout. The only time I do active stretches is after a run. I'll get into those stretches now, and then we've got some drills, and then into the run.
Winter's chill has disappeared. Let go of everything you fear. Meet me down behind the tree, past the mill and up the street. Darling, we've been here before, when you ran outside and the rain began to pour. We took off into the night. You're the only one that's ever on my mind. Where do we go from here? I don't know. Oh, where do we go from here?
Dynamic stretches done, drills done. So started my warm-up now. My warm-up's always the same. I start with about 12 minutes of easy running, and then I do 1 minute at threshold, 2 minutes easy, another minute at threshold, and then like 4 or 5 minutes easy. So I do that before all my sessions, and yeah, it just seems to work well. So this is looking very black. Sorry, probably can't see me. But as I said, the plan today is a threshold run. So it's gonna be a tough one. I'm doing longer intervals, so 4 by 9.5 minutes at LT2, so right at the top of threshold. So I find these workouts really hard, but as I said in the last video, I will be running with no data. So this is gonna be entirely off feel. So yeah, it'll be really interesting to see where I end up. My big goal today is just to have fun, to run with joy, run at peace, not to put any pressure on myself, just enjoy. And I'm out here doing it. That's good. I'm gonna have this Science and Sport Beta Fuel mix pretty soon during my warm-up, and then I'll have another 20 gram gel after my second rep. And throughout the workout, I'll be sipping on my sports drink, which itself has got 30 grams of carbs. So I'm mucking around with fueling these workouts more. And yeah, I mean, so far so good. I felt great after my long run on Saturday. Speaking of which, this is the first time I'll be doing a session on the Monday. So the reason that's significant is I've only had 1 day of recovery after my long run. So hopefully I can perform well today. So the reason I'm doing that is so I've got 2 days recovery between hard sessions. So I'm gonna do session today on Monday, and then my next session will be Thursday. And the reason being, I was just noticing I was carrying quite a lot of muscle fatigue into these workouts from my afternoon weight sessions. So we'll see if this structure works better. Let's do it. That's into the second rep. Feels good. I was a bit worried that I wouldn't push hard enough, not looking at the numbers, but it feels about right. We'll see. But man, I'm really enjoying running without feeling I need to stay within like a band with the numbers. It's just more fun, more liberating. So yeah, can't wait to see what I'm actually running. That's the end of the second rep. I'm gonna have another gel now, so another 20 grams and keep going, hopefully bang out rep 3 and 4. I was starting to feel tired at the end of that one, so hopefully I can hold it together till the end. Well, that's the main reps done and great workout, felt really good. As I said, no idea what paces I was running. At a guess, I'd say I averaged 358, 359 maybe across the reps. But I've got to remember, it doesn't actually matter. My goal isn't to run without data and then measure my success against the numbers afterwards. My goal is to run by feel, and the numbers are what they are. So it's okay to look at it just for fun, but I need to remember, like, it actually doesn't matter. That was an awesome session. I reckon the intensity was spot on. So yeah, big win. So now, as part of the cool down, I do some like lactate flush reps. So 40 seconds at around 10K pace, 80 seconds easy. And then I do 4 of those. And then I'll do 10 minutes at a little bit slower than marathon pace. And then the rest of it easy. So an hour and a half total this morning. These lactate flush reps really work. I watched a video, can't remember who put it out, where they measured lactate before and after doing these flush out reps. And yeah, it brings the lactate down heaps, which will aid in recovery because I want to hit my strength session as hard as I can this afternoon. Go away. Good one. I'll see you later on. Well, that's the session done. Really happy with that. Felt great. No idea what numbers I hit, and I don't care. It was a really successful workout and I was just loving running without being a slave to the numbers. So time for the recovery drink. I think I showed you this before. This is awesome. Got a pull-out tray in the back of the ute with a fridge hooked up to a dual battery system, solar panel up there. But it means I've always got something to look forward to. Nice cold drinks wherever I go. Keep my recovery drink in there. Perfect. I'm definitely not going back to being a slave to those numbers. It's a good confidence boost because, you know, you start to doubt yourself thinking, is this too easy? Am I going too hard? But no, absolutely nailed that. So thrilled. So now I've got to flip the mind. It's time to, it's amazing. You know, the day's only just beginning. I've got to go get the kids ready, get everyone organized, get ready for school, go to work, and then have the energy to entertain a bunch of teenagers all day. Because I teach music, and so, I don't know, I view my job, music's meant to be fun. So I kind of sometimes view myself as like you know, those guys you hire to do parties. I've got to make it fun for the kids. So it's a pretty high energy, high expenditure job. Like, I'm not just sitting down and relaxing, which means that I'm always pretty knackered at the end of the day. But wouldn't have it any other way. I'm really enjoying this new job. The kids are awesome. So having the recovery drink now, gonna go home. Maybe, I haven't looked at the time, but hopefully there'll be time to do a little bit of stretching, maybe some foam rolling, eat breakfast, and then get the day going. And then another big sessions this afternoon. So I've got 40 minutes easy run and then big weight session. So these are the supplements I take each morning. Quite a few, but most of them are to try and help with my Crohn's disease. So this one here is fish oil. So probably good for all runners to take that one. This one here is vitamin E. Again, that's a good one for all runners. This is just a multivitamin. This one's called resveratrol, and that's probably, I take that to try and help with the Crohn's disease. It's meant to help reducing inflammation. Same with this one. This is boswellia extract, again, to help with the Crohn's disease. This one is just echinacea and garlic, so general health. This is psyllium husk, again, Crohn's disease specific. And this one is turmeric, Crohn's disease specific again. So I take all these in the morning. I'll take them again at night. And at night, I also have an iron supplement because I am usually low in iron. And again, that's just related to the Crohn's disease. Off to school now. I teach at the same school my kids go to, which makes it easier. Say hi, Emily. There's Joe behind us. Can we see Beck? She's hiding. Off to school. Beautiful morning, Monday morning. So I feel like I need to lie down now. That was a big session, but as I said, I've got to go amp up and get ready to entertain some kids. So yeah, it is a bit of a bummer, and I guess that's one of the challenges of trying to train in the way I'm training whilst working full time with a family. After a big session like that in the morning, it would be ideal. Well, the ideal thing would be to go to sleep, or at least to sit down, but yep, that's not going to happen. This is my room at school. Just thought I'd show you. As I said, I've just started working here, so started pulling everything off the walls. I'm going to try and paint it all. But it's pretty cool, and it's great having my own space. So obviously this is the main room, and through here, got a bit of a vibe. So we got a little studio room here, practice room there, and another one through there. I keep a yoga mat here and a change of clothes and some resistance bands so I can do like conditioning and mobility stuff when I get a spare moment. So I'm about to do just that. I'm about to do some mobility work. Just really good use of the time, and it's a good brain break. Like I've been teaching all day, so yeah, I just find it helps wake me up a bit and get me ready for what's next. Just about to go out on my afternoon run, and Kirsty's practicing in here. She hates being filmed, so I'm going to go film her. She'll probably make me delete it, but she's a double bassist. Ha! She didn't even know. So we met at music college. Anyway, that's a long story. So yeah, about to go out on my afternoon run. Feeling okay today. Usually this run is really hard to go out on because I've just been teaching all day, and of course I've been up since 4 a.m. So usually by this point I'm wanting to go to bed, but I'm feeling okay today. It's hot out there, 35 degrees, but there's a bit of a breeze, so I don't think it's going to be too bad. So yep, get this run done, and then big weight session. So I do like really quick dynamic warm-ups before these afternoon runs. It's not first thing in the morning, so all I do is some like the 3-part lunge matrix just to try and get some activation going. Some one leg RDLs, and then out the door. So nice and quick, about 2 minutes. So I had a chance to look at the numbers from the session this morning, and so happy. I didn't realize, because each time I progressed the workout a bit, but the last time I did a similar workout, it was 3 by 9.5 minutes, whereas this morning I did 4. And that's a lot more to add, and I didn't feel like I buried myself, and the pace was really good, and I feel great now. Like, I'm actually quite surprised how easy this run's feeling. So yeah, really happy with the session this morning, and a big progression on the last time I did it. So onwards and upwards. Could it be that things are starting to click? Here's hoping. Well, back from the afternoon run, just about to attack the weights. I'm mixing up some protein powder, stick it in the freezer so it's nice and cold for when I'm done. I'm really surprised at how good I'm feeling. Definitely the extra carbs in the morning, I reckon, is a win. And I reckon this new structure of having the interval sessions Monday, Thursday is going to be a good one. Let's do these weights. Just finished that weight session, and it's time to get in the all-important recovery nutrition. So I've got my dinner with loads of carbs in, I'll go through exactly what's in that next time I make a batch. And of course my protein shake, I'll have some supplements, same as this morning with the addition of an iron tablet. Yeah, so I'll get this down and then keep going with the evening's activities. We're all showered now and I'm gonna make breakfast for the next 7 days. So I found the only way to make this lifestyle work is to be super organized, especially with food. Nutrition, so important. So I do overnight oats and I'll make 7 days up at a time. Very simple and tastes great, and it's got all the nutrients that I need. So 560 grams of oats. And yeah, I weigh everything just so I can be really consistent and just know what's going in my body. And then I'll do 100 grams of honey, and then I put in some cinnamon, and then 560 grams of Greek natural yogurt, 20 grams of milk. And then so all I do, I'll mix this up. I'll put it in the fridge overnight, and then that'll be ready in the morning. And then I'll portion it up as well. So you'll see in the morning. So I portion it up just with this mixture, and then I add the fruit each day. So this I found keeps fine for 7 days. Yeah, and it just makes it really easy. Your breakfast, bang, done. Still not quite ready to relax. In the spirit of being organized, I've found that you need to set the next day up well. So I'm gonna prepare my pre-workout drink now so I can put it in the fridge and have it all cold for the morning. So it's just an easy day. So all I'll have is some electrolytes and 40 grams of carbs in this. So yeah, I'll mix this up, put it in the fridge. In the spirit of being organized, getting ready for tomorrow, I've got my shoes, my socks, my running shorts already.
1,000 kilometers in those.
1,200, yes, I was talking about that earlier. And look at that, they're still going and they still feel great. This is after 1,200 Ks. Mm-hmm. So good. I'm gonna get the 27s. Yeah, so I found if you get everything set up and ready for the next day, it starts off well. You wake up in a good mood, you wake up feeling on top of things, and you really have to be on top of things to fit in this amount of training with working full time and having a family. So speaking of which, so it's 7:20 now. I'm gonna start getting ready for bed in 40 minutes because of course getting up that early I need to sleep. But I'm gonna help Joe with some homework, so there probably won't be any relaxing tonight actually. So that's Monday done, awesome day. I spoke too soon, Monday still isn't done. I've gotta come up with a thumbnail for a YouTube video. I really hate this part of it. I hate thumbnails. I hate having to play the YouTube game and all that stuff. It takes forever making these videos, but that's all right. So I've got some spare time. Well, I've got a few minutes before I'm gonna start getting ready for bed. So may as well do something useful. The video is uploaded, so I need to get this done, publish it, hopefully have a great sleep and do it all again tomorrow. So having a coffee is a pretty new thing for me in the morning. I used to just head straight out the door, but these days I find I just enjoy the run more. And because I wake up so early, so I don't set my alarm for this early, but my body's just used to waking up. I've got time before work, so I may as well have a coffee now. But don't judge me, I just do Nespresso. I used to be a bit of a coffee freak. I used to even roast my own beans. But who's got time for that these days? So don't judge me. I just do Nespresso in the morning, push a button, and it gets worse than that. The pods I use are Woolworth's own brand. Priceless.
Come on, quick, pack your bags, let's go somewhere far from my fear, into a place where my ghosts won't find us. Come on and take me.
Well, it's a beautiful morning for a run. A little bit warm as it always is in the summer, but cracking. So it's good to leave kind of before first light and just watch the sky change. We're in the west here, so the sunrises aren't great. It's all about the sunsets here. But the run this morning, 75-minute recovery run. And as I said in my previous video, the way I'm building mileage is just adding 5 minutes to all of my easy runs each week. So last week, these runs were 1 hour and 10 minutes. Now they're 1 hour and 15. And my afternoon runs last week were 35 minutes. This week they're 40. Feeling good after the big day yesterday. Just gonna enjoy this relaxed run on a beautiful morning.
Run with me to the edge of the earth, dear, till we're far from my faults, to a place where I can't hear these voices. Come on and take me away.
So I'm really thankful for this running route. The more I run it, the more thankful I am. I was watching another YouTuber, and yeah, it's so easy to take for granted where you live, hey? Like, he's running around this power station, you know, barbed wire and big steel fences and cars everywhere. This route's great, so good. No cars, it's pretty quiet, peaceful. Yeah, it's just a really nice place to run. And speaking of which, on these runs, like, I never do podcasts or listen to music or anything. Occasionally I will, but most of the time I just like to think, pray, get set up for the day. Yeah, because it's just, I find it really valuable time of just away from everything, away from the computer. Because, you know, my screen time is a lot, and it's not with junk like social media. I can't stand social media, but I'm always researching something or watching something. Like, most of what I use the computer for is learning, which I love. So it's really good, but you know, it's still time on the computer. So I love coming out here, just being away from all that, in my thoughts, praying, time with God, looking at these views. Love it. The run went really well, so now it's time to get some water in, along with some creatine and electrolytes. So I'll have that with, I don't know, about 1 litre of water, and then I'll get some breakfast in straight away. I've also been trialing taking this carnitine, however you say it. It's meant to speed up metabolism. And you know, the studies have found that it works, so I take it. So just have a little bit before a meal in the morning and a little bit before the meal in the evening. No idea if it works, but they say it works and it's cheap, so I take it.
Feet up on the dash and the calling open road. Road trip classics on the radio. With your hand tied in mine, there's no such thing as...
Just about to head off to work and making my vegetable smoothie now, so I put it in the fridge so it's cold for later on. I found this is a really good way of getting more vegetables in. So I used to do like a big stir fry, but this is way less effort doing it in a smoothie. So I recently bought a NutriBullet and it is awesome. So in this smoothie, it sounds gross, but it tastes a lot better than it sounds. I do cucumber, carrot, kale, spinach, pineapple, and also this is like a kind of homemade cordial. My dad made this. I don't actually know exactly what's in there, but it's like a lemon ginger kind of thing. So yeah, I'll mix this up today. And so vegetables are a really good, obviously, a source of nutrients, but they're really good at filling you up without many calories because of the water and the fiber in them. So yeah, this is a really great way of getting more veggies in, I found. Forgot to say, also put celery.
Walk with you for life, and we can go anywhere you wanna go.
just out on the afternoon run now, and the weather's so nice, so much cooler today, and overcast. So 40 minutes easy. Yeah, this is the marathon grind, isn't it? Nothing particularly exciting, just getting it done. Here's Joey smashing out a threshold session. What a legend. Look at him go. Woo! Sub 20, here we come, Joe. Maths homework time now. I don't know why teachers give homework. I'm a teacher, I would never dream of giving homework, especially not maths. Isn't that right, Emily?
Yeah.
Look at this. So stupid. Good morning, it is Wednesday, 4 a.m, bit of Groundhog Day, same day as yesterday really. I've got 75 minutes easy in the morning, although I'm going to do some strides this morning, and then 40 minutes easy in the afternoon. I'm going to try take in this Morton Solid 160 bar, the ones I accidentally bought before my easy run. I just noticed that the more carbs I have in the morning before my run, the less hungry I am later on. So we'll see if that works. And of course, I'll have the drink that I made up last night. I get my coffee going, and hopefully I can wake up and make it through the day. Terrible sleep, worse than yesterday. Sometimes I don't feel like running on pillows, and this morning's one of those mornings, so I'm gonna run in the Cloud Monster 2s instead of my Gel Nimbus 26s. It just keeps it fresh, doesn't it? Breaks up the monotony of these slow, easy runs. So yeah, here we go. 75 minutes easy this morning, but I will put in some strides, or rather some gradual accelerations to near top speed that only last about 10 seconds. So I'll do about 4 of those and just jog for 2 to 3 minutes in between. I do those for a couple of reasons. It's meant to be really good for your form, but also I find that it just helps prime the body for a hard interval session the next day. So tomorrow is my, well, hard interval session. And yeah, I just like to do some strides or sprints the day before.
Forget it, go shopping at the terrace, at the office, work better, faster, harder, more clever. Whatever you need to break the tension, pursue it and never look over your shoulder at heaven unless you're holding a weapon. Go out, drink and socialize, don't outthink, close your mind and only hope to find an overnight stopgap for the broken life. Go to open mics and show them all the pros you write. Call your folks and organize to visit home sometime. Take the time to do nothing and give the time to those stuck inside their mind, confusing love, and we're trying to find love. And giving up their peace of mind just to find some, and leaving pieces of their right mind behind them. They say seeking ease you'll find, but seeking you'll build a habit and have to keep on seeking. Won't know when to leave it, even when you're bleeding and defeated. Killing you to please us is really just conceited. We don't want it and we certainly don't need it. Listen, enjoy to be simply part of a system. You don't have to start at the finish to make your mark on the minute. The second is step in the infinite trickle of rhythm for living. That isn't for criticism and limited, but something bigger than, something more than giving into opinion. Cold and oblivious, old and insidious, all rolled into vividness, giving us visions of limitless images of what we can live in as beings that reminisce heaven is seeing our essences.
Well, this is one of those runs where I really didn't want to go. It's hot, I'm really tired from only sleeping like 4 or 5 hours last night. Been teaching all day, but I always know that I never regret going for a run. Always feel so much better afterwards. So no matter how tired I am, going for a run just makes it better afterwards, which is great. Yeah, 35 degrees now, so it's warm, but that's all right. Heat training and all that stuff. So we'll get this run done and then continue the cycle. Get dinner, prepare food for tomorrow, help the kids with their homework, blah, blah, blah. This is the grind. I'm just preparing my lunches for the week. Yeah, I'll just run you through what's in them all. So we got brown rice in each one, red onion, tomato, chicken breast, cucumber, capsicum, olives. And so I weigh all this out, as I said before, for 2 reasons. So I know exactly what's going in my body, but also to make sure I get the right amount of each ingredient to keep within the FODMAP guidelines. Like tomatoes, for instance, I can only have 45 grams of that a day. So it is very precise, so that just makes it easier. So I'm gonna get all this packaged up, and again, as I said before, this is just the only way you can keep on top. Well, it's the only way I can keep on top of the week. Everything's gotta be prepped. It just makes it easier and allows me to train in the way I wanna train and get the nutrition I need and still try and not suck at life. Well, I've got my meals prepped. This is lunch number 1 that you just saw me doing. This is lunch number 2, potato curry, just waiting for the rice to cook for this. And this is breakfast for tomorrow morning. So I've just put the frozen strawberries and blueberries in tonight so they defrost for tomorrow. And I'll start mixing up all the supplements and sports drinks for tomorrow. But it probably gives you a bit of an idea, like food is a big deal in I guess marathon blocks or just training in the way that I'm training so much. It takes up a lot of time and there's a lot of commitment. Like when I got home from work, straight away went off for that run, and I've been either prepping food or doing something related since I got back, having dinner, doing homework with the kids. So the handling of food and nutrition and being organized for the next day, yeah, you have to want to do it because it is a lot, but I enjoy it and it feels good. Like I find I do have to get everything ready the day before. If I'm ready the day before, the next day is going to go fine. So this is all good. I'm going to get the supplements, sports drinks ready for tomorrow. I'm going to get the clothes and workout stuff ready for tomorrow because tomorrow's session day. So I need to start it off right and have a good one. And when all that's sorted, hopefully my mind will relax and I'll have a good sleep and nail it tomorrow. So let's mix up some drinks. All right, so I'll start off with the drink I'll have before the workout. So we're gonna put some electrolytes in. So I go 3 grams of this stuff. And as you can see, do you wanna just feel my lecture? I get all of my supplements from Bulk Nutrients. So you get 3 grams of their electrolyte blend mix. And then I'll also have a scoop, where's it gone? Look at all this stuff. Their carb mix. So 1 scoop of this is 40 grams of carbs. Also pre-workout, I'm gonna have citrulline malate. Yeah, it's on there as well. All right, so that's my pre-workout drink. I will also have a Morton Solid bar tomorrow as well. I've been enjoying these. So 40 grams of carbs in this, 40 grams of carbs in that. So that'll be 80 before the session begins. Okay, so I'll do my post-workout drink now and show you what exactly goes in there. So we're gonna have the electrolytes again. Also, we have glutamine, which helps with muscle protein synthesis and recovery and all that good stuff. So 8 grams of this, and then creatine. So that also helps with recovery. So 5 grams of this, and it's way cheaper buying it in the powder like this. But yeah, so this is a nice cheap supplement that definitely works. So now we're going to put in some sugar and protein as well. So I'm going to do 30 grams of maltodextrin and equal measure of dextrose and monohydrate. So these two sugars work well together. So yeah, they kind of complement each other. Finally, in this mix, whey protein. 20 grams of this, which is about, I think it's 15, 18 grams of protein. So I've worked it out, because you know how they say the optimum ratio of carbs to protein post-workout is about 4 grams of carbs to 1 gram of protein. So yeah, that's where I'm getting these numbers from. During the workout tomorrow, it's a continuous effort. So rather than rely on gels, I'm going to have this soft flask with me, which I wear on like a running belt, with the Morton 320 drink mix in. So this has got 80 grams of carbs. So I'll have that throughout the run. I will also have a gel during that run. Again, it's a lot. Now, all this is a buttload of carbs pre, during, and post-workout, but it's really been working for me. This week has gone so much better since I've been fueling more before the workout, during, and afterwards. So I'm just gonna roll with it because I'm having a great week this week, and I think it's because I'm just having a lot more carbs at those times during the workouts. All right, nearly ready to relax, just getting my clothes ready for tomorrow. So I've got my running tights that I only wear for workouts, and I find that helps like psychologically. I know when I put these running tights on, it's business time, and it just helps me focus. And so the night before, I start to visualize the workout, start to prepare myself for the pain that's coming. So that all helps. I reckon I'm gonna rock the Alpha Fly 2s tomorrow. So I got those ready. I've got my workout socks. Again, I only wear these for workouts. Got to get some more food in, got a bowl of porridge here. Nearly time to sit down.
Well, good morning. It is Thursday morning, which means it is session morning. Slept a little better last night, not great still only 5.5 hours. I think it's because I'm a child. I get so excited about these sessions that I can't sleep. Anyway, gonna have this bar, gonna have 200 milligrams of caffeine, and then head down to the track.
The plan today, it's a workout that I've adapted from Clayton Young and Connor Mance. They're big fans of what they call fatigued mile repeats in their marathon blocks. So I've adapted it from there. I'm gonna run 10-minute warm up, 40 minutes at around marathon effort, then a 5-minute break, and then I'm gonna rip 5, probably around 800 meter repeats at 5K effort. So it's a little different from what they do. They do a whole mile, but of course they're running like way faster than me. So of course their mile repeats take a lot less time than mine would. So from what I could tell from their like Strava data, they're doing those repeats. I mean, I don't think they're too fussed about paces. I think they just push hard. But it seems to me like it's around 10K to 5K pace. I'm gonna try and hit mine in 5K pace. Yeah, we'll just have to see how we go because I've never done this workout. So looking forward to it. It's good to have new things, keep it fresh. And yeah, I love this, guys. I don't know why. This is really good. I'm doing it at the track today. I was in two minds as to where to do it because it is like a 40-minute continuous interval at marathon effort, and it's going to be pretty boring just running in circles on a grass patch. But I decided to come here anyway because, you know, it's nice and flat with no interruptions, no corners, so I can maintain a steady effort and really focus on that. And probably after 20 minutes, I'll change directions. I know, crazy. So that'll be something to look forward to. Well, that's the 40-minute rep done. Felt good. Again, no idea about pace because I'm still enjoying running by feel. But at a guess, I'd say I averaged maybe 424 across that rep. But we'll see. The main thing is that it felt right. And yeah, it's a bit surreal, like running around in circles over a 400-meter track and just slowly watching first light and then the sunrise. These 5 3-minute reps to go now. I'm gonna aim for 5K effort, but we'll see how much I've got left in the tank. I don't think the paces are important at all, really. I think it's just a case of let it rip, pretty much. But it'd be nice if it was a bit of stimulus around that 5K effort, kind of VO2 maxi area, just to maintain that. Because as we're coming towards the tail end of the marathon block, it's getting more marathon specific. So it'd be good to still touch on that VO2 max and maintain that. So yeah, I've got another 3 minutes and I'll rip some of these reps. Well, that was a fun workout. That's definitely going to be part of my marathon block training repertoire going forward. Really going to surprise myself. So even after that 40-minute marathon effort, again, I haven't looked at the numbers, no idea what I did, but I felt like I was going at kind of 5K pace. Yeah, so really happy with how much I had left in the tank at the end there, because I had no idea how that was going to go. First time doing it, and yeah, really happy. So hopefully the numbers make me happy as well. But it doesn't matter. It was a great workout, that's all that matters. Time to get ready for the day now. Just to work now, taking a moment before the madness begins. Had a chance to look at the numbers and so happy with how that workout went this morning. Really surprised at how strong I was feeling at the end for those like 3-minute repeats. Yeah, because I averaged 3 minutes 40 across all 5 reps. I think the last 2 were 3:38. So really strong, and you know, I didn't absolutely bury myself. I could have done another rep. Again, sorry to keep banging on about it, but just such a fan of not looking at numbers during the workout. I'm never going back again, because it felt really good. It was more fun. I felt like I was just able to get into a better kind of flow state. I felt more relaxed running, and I just ended up exactly where I would have wanted to end up in terms of intensity. So that 40-minute rep, the heart rate was really stable, so it was a true marathon effort. And you know, one thing I was just thinking now is, because obviously pretty tired, one thing I really need to watch is that I'm recovering well enough, because I guess training like this is mimicking training of elites, obviously just much slower, but in terms of time input and the structure, I'm basically copying what elite athletes do. And so I need to be really careful that I'm recovering well enough in order to handle it. Because the big difference is, if I were an elite, obviously I'd be a lot faster, but if I were an elite, like a pro, instead of starting a full day of work now, I'd have my feet up, maybe have a nap later on, before tackling my 2 afternoon sessions. But for me, obviously, I'm not a pro and I never will be. And so I've had a big session like that, and instead of being able to rest and kind of bask in the self-satisfaction of nailing a session this morning, I'm now going to do a full day, which, you know, I'm not complaining about, but it is another stress. Even though it's not running, it is another stress to consider. So I need to be really careful that I'm recovering, and I guess some of the markers that I have established for myself to keep an eye on are if I'm executing sessions as I expect to. So if I've got enough strength and endurance to execute the sessions. I'm keeping a close eye on just how I'm feeling during the day, how those recovery runs are feeling, how I'm sleeping, if I'm getting sick or not, and also just general motivation, because I think when we're overtraining, motivation plummets. So my motivation is sky high right now. In fact, probably too high, because it's affecting my sleep. So this week, I think virtually every day I've woken up saying I've had a terrible sleep. And that's because when I'm excited about something, I think it's very normal apparently for everyone to wake up at around 1:30, 2 a.m. But normally we just go straight back to sleep. Normally you don't notice, but when I'm really excited about something, I'll wake up at 2 a.m. and then my brain will just go king, because I'm a child. I'll be like, oh, Dad, can we start the day now? So I'll be so ready to get stuck into that workout that my mind will just start firing at 2 a.m. and I don't get back to sleep. And that's what's been happening this week. Anyway, so motivation for me right now is very high. My recovery runs are feeling great, really good. So all of the, and I'm executing sessions exactly, probably better than I've expected. So right now, everything is pointing to the fact that yes, I am absorbing the training, I'm handling it okay, but I do need to keep an eye on it because it is a lot, especially as I said, with all those other stresses in there. So having to do a full day of work now, and it's not a day where I can just sit here like this. This is a moment's peace before the insanity begins. So I'm on my feet, entertaining teenagers all day, which I love, wouldn't have it any other way. But that obviously is emotionally taxing, as well as, I guess, physically in a way and mentally. And then still not able to kick back in the afternoon. You know, then I've got the afternoon training, and then I've got the family stuff, preparing meals, blah, blah, blah. Not complaining in any way. I've chosen this. I love it. But all this to say that I just need to be very careful that I'm absorbing this and that this training is actually doing good, because it's all well and good trying to mimic the training of a pro, but if you're not having the recovery and all that in place, then it can do more damage than good. And I'm not the best person at backing off. You may have noticed if you've been following me for a while. I like to just, I mean, it's a very common trait, isn't it? Probably especially among men. We just like to punish ourselves and just fight on. And, you know, we feel like we've done a good job if we just absolutely bury ourselves in a workout. But that's not the best way. But anyway, at the moment, I think I am handling the training. I'm absorbing it. Yes, I'm tired, but very manageable. I think it's an appropriate amount. My motivation is still sky high. Yeah, so I'll enjoy this, get stuck into the day, and then I'll see you again for the afternoon sessions.
Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Partying, partying, partying. Whoop, whoop.
It is long run day, which is always exciting. I've come to a place called Champion Lakes just for something different, but also it's a flat course which will allow me to just maintain a consistent pace, because today's plan is to do a progression run. I haven't actually done one of those this block. This will be the first one. So you're going to gradually ramp it up and hopefully end up at around marathon effort. So this is a really cool facility. It's purpose built for like triathlons and stuff. So it's a 5K loop. The plan is to do 2 hours and 40 minutes, which will end up being about 35K. The only problem with this place is there's no lights here. I mean, I'm just next to the toilets now, but there are no lights on the course, so it's pitch black. But by the time I've done my warm up and drills, I think it'll be first light, so we should be right. But I'm gonna get stuck in. Only 13 degrees this morning. So good. A very welcome break from the heat. It always feels a bit surreal going off on the long run. You know, when you take those first few steps, knowing that there's another 35K ahead, it's like going off an adventure. What's gonna happen? Anyway, I'll enjoy watching the sunrise and doing a good progression run. I'll check back in later. the run done, and it wasn't the most enjoyable run actually, only because I had stomach issues virtually the whole way. I mentioned before I was going to try out the Vicks Big Gel, and I don't, it wouldn't be fair to blame it on the gel because I'm so used to taking like either the Isotonic Science and Sport gel or the Morton gels, which don't require you to take them with water. The Vicks gel, it's too constant, like you got to have it with water. And I did have a drink with me, but it was a sports drink which also had carbs in. So I think the concentration of the carb solution in my gut was just way too high. I don't think it'd be fair to blame it on the Vicks gels just yet, because I needed to have it with water. And actually there was a fountain around, so that did make a difference. I stopped a couple of times and had a drink of water, and virtually as soon as I did that, the stomach issues became a lot less. So lesson learned, I definitely need to practice with those gels with just water rather than a sports drink. And I really hope they work, because they're like half the price of the Morton gels. I really don't want to have to use those Morton ones, because the Gel 160s, which is the ones I think I'll need to use, I think they're like 75 bucks for 10, and I'd need to use 6 in a marathon. What's that, like 50 odd bucks per run? That's madness. So I really hope these Vicks ones are good, but I'll have to keep doing the testing. But as far as the run's concerned, I got it all done. I didn't have to stop, I didn't crap my pants, so that's good. So 150 Ks for the week now, and no issues at all with the body, so just awesome. Awesome. Well, it's Sunday. Normally we'd be off to church, but today Joey's going for his sub 20 10. So the whole family did actually have entries into this race, but after my long run yesterday, I don't want to risk the injury. So yeah, this is Joey's first time going for a PB without me pacing him. I'm sure he's going to smash it.
It's not last time I did a PB attempt. It was when I tried to go sub 22. So.
Ah, was it?
Yeah.
So you feeling good, Joe?
Cold.
Yeah, it's beautiful weather. So yesterday was a nice cool morning, today as well. That's your number, Joe. 16,856. It's a good thing that it's cold, Joe.
I know.
He's ready. He is ready. Let's go, Jay.
3, 2, 1. Stay safe out there. Look out for each other.
Well, it's Sunday, the week is nearly done, but I've got to cook some more food, prepare for the week. So I'm doing I call it a soup, but it's very thick consistency. So we've got 2 kilos of potatoes here, and then I chuck in leek, celery, kale, carrots, spinach, and then I put in some cheese and milk, whiz it all up, and pack it out with brown rice. And that'll be my dinners every day. So I'll get this done, and then I've got to make my potato curry. Well, this is the soup portioned up for the week, and I will freeze this, and that'll do next week. Now onto the potato curry. Okay, here's what we've got going on for the potato curry. So curry leaves, lots of curry leaves. Fortunately, we have a plant, so that makes things better. Ground ginger, just because I can't be bothered doing it fresh. Oh yeah, there's more ground ginger. Cumin powder, coriander powder, turmeric, mustard seeds, cumin seeds, garam masala, red Kashmiri spice, diced tomatoes, coconut milk, buttload of potatoes, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't use onions just because I can't eat onions. Well, I can, but it doesn't do good things to my stomach. So this is the potato curry. When it's done, I'll chuck in some capsicum and coriander, and it is delicious. So we'll toast off the seeds first. I don't need long, just releases, where's my thing? Releases the aromatics. Smells delicious. And now we go in with the tomatoes. Put some salt in at this stage as well. Now in with all of the other spices. And this is where it starts to smell really delicious. So that's all the spices in now. Give it a good mix. Picking up my can, and now I'll just top it up with some water. In with some salt, and then done. That'll come to the boil. 20 minutes. And another probably 10 or 11 days of lunches this will be. Delicious. Lunches for the week all done. Had some potato curry left over, so that'll go in the freezer and do another few more days. Now to cook dinner for the family. Well, that's the week pretty much over. Sunday night now, so just cooking the burgers for the family. When I can be bothered, I do it on the charcoal, but tonight just doing it on the gas grill. Run out of time a bit, it's been pretty hectic. So yeah, today's been a bit different. Lots of cooking, which is a bummer. I normally try and keep Sunday free to have this as kind of family and relaxing time. But yeah, that's been the week. It's been really good. Really enjoyed the training. I hope next week I can sleep more. Yeah, and I pulled up really, really good today after the long run yesterday. Like, amazingly so, because yesterday was a big run. Like, I felt, man, I overcooked that. And I felt that session was probably too big at this stage. I felt that session probably should have come a bit later. But I mean, it's only 7 weeks till the marathon. But anyway, pulled up really well. My calves are tight, so I've got a big session day planned tomorrow, so it never stops. But I'll see how I go in the morning. If the calves are feeling like they're gonna have bad things happen to them, then I'll abandon the session and just make it easy. But I think they'll be fine. So yeah, if you've made it this far, thanks for watching. I really enjoy training for marathons. It's a lot, as you've seen, but yeah, I think it's great. And as I say, I'm gonna, going forward, just watching that, I'm not doing too much. I suspect maybe I am. Anyway, watch this space. I'll see you in the next one.